That is the mindset I want us to have for the rest of the year. I'm not staying down. I will get up and ask for more. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite Dimi Loka. For those of you that are seeing me for the first time, I am a content creator that makes videos talking all about God, finance, self-development, and sharing my unique journey with all of you. All this to make you and I better people. So if these are the things that you are interested in, please hit the subscribe button and join the family. We are so happy to have you around. Welcome back guys. It's another week and I hope you're doing well. So what's your weekly goals? What's your daily goals? Tell me all about it in the comment section, because we are doing something related to that today. We are at the 6th month of the year. That is the half of the year. And some of us, the goals we've set for ourselves, we haven't even achieved it yet. There's no indication that it's going to be possible. So today I want to kind of make some corrections and also tell you how you can make the rest of this year the best year yet, and also how you can move faster than anyone, because most times what is holding us back is not even much. It is how we pursue our goals. We pursue our goals through the wrong systems, and today we are going to correct all of that. So if this is something that you want to do, please stick with me and let's do this. The first thing I want to talk about is stop worrying about who you will be by the end of the year. Focus on the 24 hours in front of you. Like I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons why we aren't achieving our goals is because we pursue our goals through the wrong system. We are all about what I want to be at the end of the year. I want to make $1 million by the end of the year. I want to do this by the end of the year, but we don't actually think about what can I do today so that I can be able to make this at the end of the year. You've seen the difference, right? It's not about saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, but have you broken it into smaller steps? Have you make it actionable? Because if you say I want to make $1 million, everyone wants to make $1 million. Everybody. Everyone. But what's the difference between you and the next person? What's the difference between people that are making it and people that are not making it? It's because of the system. It's just because you say that you want to make it and then you don't take any actions, you don't break it. Okay, let me make the so amount in a day or in a week so that at the end of the year, it can sum up to this. What steps do I have to take? What investments do I have to make? Which bank do I save my money with? What, like all those things, you don't think about that. You only think about what you'll be by the end of the year. And that is a wrong approach. So the problem is not the goal. The problem is the system. And this is the reason why you are not achieving it. Me, I'm not a yearly person, to be honest. I'm making this video because I know that a lot of people are struggling with it. I'm not a yearly person, but sometimes I do take stock of myself so that I can find ways to be grateful to God. Let's say the past 6 months, I asked myself, what have I done? In what areas have God blessed me with? What have I achieved? Because I do have goals, to be honest, I do have goals. But I'm not all about the end result. I'm all about what I have to do daily in order to achieve this. So that way I know that I'm taking steps into achieving it. Because if I fixate solely on the end goal, then it will be hard for me to achieve it. It will be bulk, it will be scary. So ask yourself, what steps am I taking today? What are my weekly goals? I have a list of things I have to do on a daily, like make content, because you know right now I post daily on Instagram and TikTok. So this is a static thing for me. It's already on my to-do list. So daily I have to post, I have to edit, I have to make a new video or make bulk video so that it can take me through some days, right? I know I have to do all these things. So it's already in my to-do list, but I have peculiar things that I have to do. So down in my to-do list, I'll also set weekly goals. So what do I want to achieve this week? I want to collaborate with a friend. I want to make some amount of videos. I want to do that. I want to do that. Then it's there. So my weekly goals, I've already broken it down into daily goals. So at the end of the week, I'm just like looking at my to-do list. I'm ticking this off. Oh, I did this. I was consistent on Instagram for a week. Wow, kudos to me. That is it. That is the step. That is the system. Not about, okay, I want to go viral at the end of the year. How? How do you tend to achieve that? So I want you to rethink about your own system. How are you pursuing your goals? Are you pushing it daily, putting the work daily, or are you just fixated on the end goal? Are you just waiting for a miracle to happen so that at the end of the year you will be this? Well, I'm not against miracle. I'm delusional as well, and we are also coming to that. But why being delusional? Put in the work, okay? But we are still coming to that. So I think the first mistake people make is they focus on who they will be at the end of the year instead of conquering the 24 hours in front of them. So if you're like that, change that. And if you are putting in the work daily and things are not working out well, keep on watching this video because we're also coming to that. Another thing you have to do to make the rest of this year your best year yet is don't stay down. Get up and ask for more. This is me lately, and I came about this in a song, Black Sherif. I think, is it Oil in My Head or Soldier? I can't really say the exact song, but between these two songs, because I play them a lot, and Black Sherif is one. In fact, my top 3 favorite artists because he motivates me. His music are like stories that are not unique to me. They are like similar experiences, if that makes sense. So in songs, him, Black Sherif, Akon, these people inspire me a lot. I have other ones, but these two, they do inspire me a lot. So what I'm saying is that you don't stay down, you get up and ask for more. And that is one thing with me, and I think that is what differentiates people that have made it and people who are on their way. A lot of people are talented, they are skilled, they are intelligent, they have all those qualities, but the problem is, can they survive the season where they are down? A lot of people can't survive that. But you see them, they are brilliant people, they are amazing people. They're one of the best people you can have in your team, but they can't stand the season where they are down. And that is what's keeping them back. I know that you might feel like, oh, those first 6 months, I'm not where I want to be yet. I know you are feeling that way, but don't stay down. Get up and ask for more. It won't happen overnight. But if you quit, it won't happen at all. Just like Chimamanda Adichie said in one of her speeches, even if she did not achieve all this success in writing, she will still try. And that's the mindset I want us to have. That is the mindset I want us to have for the rest of the year. I'm not staying down. I will get up and ask for more because this is what I do. This is what I want my life to look like. Let me tell you guys a story because you all know that I love to use myself as an example. I use myself as a case study because most of these videos are my own unique experiences. And I know that people are going through that and I want to help them. That is what this channel is all about. That is who I am. I don't make videos chasing trends. Oh, what is trending topic? No. I make videos by divine guidance. To be honest, after making this video, I don't even know the next video I'm going to make, but God's just going to be like, you have to talk about this. And he will kind of like, it's so crazy, guys. I know that I script my videos, but let me tell you one thing. 80% of what I say in my videos are just what is there. What I know I have to say, what is troubling me on the inside. And I just have to let it out, to be honest with you. This experience is, last year was the last time I filmed a video like this, even though I posted such video, but sometimes I do bulk create. Sometimes I film 2 or 3 videos at a go, but I've stopped doing that. Like I stopped filming 3, I only do 2 at once because sometimes I'm exhausted. You know, my videos are pretty long, so maybe by the time I get to the 3rd video, I'm exhausted and I'll just be speaking for speaking sake. No, I don't want that. I want to speak with the urge, with the energy, with the vibrancy, you know, with the urge. That's what it is, right? So last year, I think November was the last time I made a video like this. And the reason was that my brother traveled. I've been using his phone to film all my videos up until now, up until this new background, to be honest with you. I'm not saying this out loud, but that is what it is. So he traveled and there was no means for me to make videos again until God sent this phone across. And I'm so grateful. And I'm so grateful to him, to be honest, guys. So when I stopped making those videos, it was as if I'm down. What if I stopped? What if I stopped asking? All those times I was not creating, guys, I've been learning more about content. I've been researching. I've been upgrading my knowledge. I've been reading books. I've been documenting my experiences. Like, I've been preparing to do this. I didn't just stay down. And when it was time for me to start doing this again, it was not hard. Once God sent this across, I started creating content. Instantly, I started, you know, my series. Well, I started my series with my previous phone, but it didn't take much time, about maybe 4 videos. Then this one came and that was it. We are now 1 month old in creating this series, but by the time this video will be off, we might maybe be about 1 month and 2 weeks old. That is it. You don't stay down, you just get up and ask for more. I got up and asked for more. I'm like, God, I want to be doing this, and He provided me with everything I need. The tripod, the light, the mic, everything. And I'm still asking for more. Even if something happens tomorrow, I don't know. But I would never stay down. If there's something I want you to learn from this video, is never you stay down. Get up and ask for more. Because that's the only way you can get what you want. Let me tell you one thing. You don't actually make it by your word together, by routine. If life works like that, then everybody will just be wherever they want. And that's why not everybody is there. Because you move there when your world is falling apart. When things are not going your own way, but you still believe. You still stood. You still stick to your core. You still believe in God. You still put in the work, even when it makes no sense. That is when you get there. But if you get there by routine, everything being normal, everything being beautiful, and all of that, then everyone will do that, because everybody have bad and good experiences. Everybody has good and tough times. But what makes us, what differentiates us is our tough times. So if things happens in the good times, in times when everything is cool, the climate of our life is okay, then everybody will be there. So I don't want you to stay down. The first half of the year has passed. We still have another 6 months. So make the best out of it. Keep on working on your dreams. If you have to go back to the drawing board, go. If you want to start something new, start it. Start that business. Start that YouTube channel. You don't have to have it all figured out. The work will reveal itself as you go. You don't have to have all the answers now. When I started my channel, I just wanted to make vlogs and the lifestyle content. Just it. And when you go back to my videos, that was what I started with. Up until at the time, God was like, no, baby, you have to do this, right? I've given you a lot of experiences and a lot of knowledge. Since you were young, since we are in elementary school, you've been reading big books. You've been reading newspapers. You've been reading self-development books, devotionals. Like, you've been reading books more than your age. So I have a reason for allowing you to do all those things. So it's time. And then the trajectory changed and I started doing this. I was also making vlogs and making every other thing. But this time it was like God telling me, you have to streamline, okay? Do this. I want you to make an impact. You can do all those things later. When I started off, I didn't know that this was what I'm going to do. But the work will do itself as you go. Stop being worried about what will happen next. No. Let me tell you one thing. When I started this new series of mine, my boyfriend told me that he's also worried about, is this sustainable? You talk every day, you post a self-development video every day. Is that sustainable? Can you have something to talk for, let's say, a year? Can you do that? And then I'm like, yes, I can. I don't have to have all the answers now. Every day I experience life, I gain new experience, I read books, I learn new things. So there's no way I can't have something to say. The only time I will not have anything to say is when I stopped upgrading myself. Most of what I'm going to talk about in this video is just new experiences. It's just what God is just teaching me lately. And that's why I said that my videos are divinely guided. When it's time for me to talk about something, God will just give me all the experiences I need, all the knowledge, all the books, that I've read previously. It's going to kind of bring them up. And it's like, I want to talk about this and I also want you to touch on these things. So if I stop upgrading myself, if I stop reading books, if I stop paying attention to my journey, if I stop being intentional about what goes on in my life, if I stopped doing all those things, then that is when I won't have anything to say. That is life for you. Don't stay down. Keep on asking, keep on knocking. God said, ask and it will be given to you. Knock, seek, you will find. Even in Mark 11 verse 24, he said, whatever you ask me for, believe is already yours. When you put in the work, it shows that you are believing in God. In your mind, when you can be able to visualize where you want to be, it shows that you are believing in God. So don't stay down. Get up and ask for more, because there's more to life. The next one is, which is a lot similar to the previous one I mentioned, is don't just wait. Prepare. A lot of people confuse patience with wasting time. When you are waiting on something, prepare. Because let me tell you one thing, God doesn't bless empty hands. Let's say you're asking God for investors, but you've not written down the business plan. You've not created the vision. You've not studied the market. You haven't paid attention to this. All you know is just that you have a good idea in your head, and that is it. How can investors come? So when they come, you start running around. When they ask you questions, you'll be like, sir, okay, I'll get back to you. Is that what you want? No. In your waiting season, prepare. And I haven't heard anything more truer than this. And when I learned this, I'm like, wow, that's the key. To be honest, that's the key. In your waiting season, prepare. That is even when you have time to prepare. Stop just waiting empty-handed and you're like, oh God, I want to do this, and you're just waiting on Him. No. Research on it. Equip yourself so that once it comes, you are ready. Like I shared this story previously. When this phone came, I did not start running around again. I'm like, I'm ready. I have a lot of things to share. I have a lot of things to do. Even yesterday, I filmed a video. Today, I'm also filming another one. All this knowledge, all this thing, I've been waiting for this day to happen. And when it happened, I'm ready. I'm simply ready. So don't just wait. Prepare. Okay, all your dreams, prepare. Write them down. And this is something I just started doing about 2 days ago. Whenever I want to sleep, I'll first of all lie down on my bed. I've written down a lot of things I want to do, a lot of things I want to achieve. And I think for next year, I'll be creating a vision board. To be honest, I haven't done that before, but I think it's necessary to help you to stay true to you and be in line with what you want to do. So what I do now is just that I wrote things I want to do, the kind of businesses I want to venture into, the kind of heights I want to attain, things I want to do with my life. All these things, I wrote it down in my phone. So whenever I want to go to sleep, I'm just going to bring out my phone and be reading them and be visualizing. And be visualizing me in those spaces, me doing these things, me receiving social award, me in Forbes 30 under 30, guys, me doing all those things and visualizing them. Because I'm preparing for them, to be honest. I'm preparing for that day and I can't wait for it to come by. But what if I want to do all those things and then I'm just sitting down and folding my hands and waiting on the day it's going to happen? No, it won't. Even if it happens, I'm not yet equipped enough to handle it. It might just slip off my hands. So while you are waiting on God, while you are asking God for a miracle, while you are dreaming big, while you want a lot of things, prepare for them. Prepare. This is an advice I will give my younger self. Prepare. This is when you even have the time. What are you doing with this time? Wasting it away, sleeping all day, scrolling endlessly on TikTok, on social media. Wait, is that what you want to do? Why don't you put this time into good use? Time is money. Like, if there's something that I'm doing lately is that I'm so conscious of who and what I spend my time with. Because I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of dreams. I have a lot of things I'm working on. I'm posting daily. I'm posting weekly on YouTube. I have to go to school. I have a lot of things to do. So I don't have all that time to just waste on things that don't serve me, things that don't matter. And that is the mindset I want you to have, because that height you want to reach, people there are busy. They wake up early. They have a lot of things to do in a day. They go to meetings, they do that, they think about products to launch. There's a lot of things that goes on behind the scene. So use the season and prepare so that when you get to that point, you can handle all of these things. So the next step is be specific about what you want and how you want to achieve it. Many people make this mistake. They want to be great. They want to do amazing things, but they're not clear on how they want to achieve it. They are not clear on how they want to do it. They are not even clear on what they want to be. Okay, I just want to be a millionaire. Millionaire on what? How? You want to go into the steel industry, ceramics, content creation, making of clothes. Like, what is it? How do you intend to achieve it? And I'm reading a book recently, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he talks about being specific, being clear about the habits you want to change. You can't just come and say, I want to be a better person. You can't just say that. But it's about how, in what aspects you want to be a better person. In what aspect? Do you want to be more fit? Do you want to be more intelligent? Do you want to be better than you were the day before? But in what aspects do you want to be a better person? And that is what is holding you back from making the past 6 months your best years, is because you are not clear. So I want you to get clear on who you want to be and how you want to do it. Write it down. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. This is the message. This is the impact I want to make. The next one, which is also one of my favorites, is be delusional. I've known this for a while. Like, since I started my journey on self-improvement, I've known this, but it's hard for me to come to terms with it. It was just lately that I was able to do it and just be unapologetic about it. Be delusional. Sometimes when I approach my dreams, I'm like, what is realistic? What is factual? What is logical? What is real? But at the time, I realized that people that are achieving it, they're not actually logical. They're just delusional. They're just out there doing something that they're passionate about, and they believe 100% in it that this is going to work out. And that is how I want you to approach your goals. Yes, you've been working tirelessly, you've been doing a lot of things and it's not working out. Maybe it's because you don't believe in it. No, let's be honest. Maybe it's because you don't believe in yourself. Maybe it's because you don't believe in that. You're just doing it because you feel like, yeah, I have to do this. But deep down, you know that you don't believe in it. And how can you bring to life something you don't believe in? It's not possible. God did not believe in us. He wouldn't have created us. He believed in us. If Jesus Christ did not believe that we can change, if Jesus Christ did not believe that he can touch a soul, he will not be here. He will not die for us. But he believed that he can save us. That's why he came. You have to be delusional enough before the result happens. You have to believe before the result happens. You don't start believing when the results start showing. No, that's not how it happens. That's why you have things like faith, trust, hope. All these things are virtues that we need to go through life. If you have to wait for results then before you start believing, then everyone would have results. Everyone will be the same. Everyone will be there. It's because the way to where you are going is narrow. That is why you have to do all those things. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust the process. To be honest, when I started off content creation, I knew I had something to share. I knew that, I have some knowledge, but I don't really believe in it. I'm like, will people ever listen to me? Will people ever see my content and click it? But right now, man, I believe so much in this. I believe that I can make an impact in the world. I believe that one day my voice will be heard. I believe that one day I'll get to where I want to be. And that is how I want you to feel about your dreams, your goals. I don't care if you think it's cringe. I don't care if you think, oh, will people ever want to watch that? Yes, they do. Your people are waiting for you. I watch a lot of people on YouTube with different characters, different approach to things. And let me tell you, even though I watch them to gain knowledge, but there are other things that attract me to them. Everyone out there is sharing knowledge. But why am I watching specific people? Watch them because there's something about them that sometimes I can't even explain. I've watched someone because I love how she talks. That's crazy. Watch someone because I love her energy. She just sits one place and she's just talking to the camera. Like, there's no much demonstration. There's this mix of masculine and feminine energy in her. I've watched someone because of that. I've watched someone because of how they talk about things. They go in depth. They just talk about things in a way that you have to understand it. There's so many reasons and your people are waiting for you. A lot of people can relate to you. Just like I talked about Black Sherif's song. I listened to his song because I can relate to that. It seems as if he's also talking about my own story. That's why I listen to his songs. There are a lot of great artists, greater and bigger than him. But to me, it's one of my best and I don't care what people have to say. So why do I choose these people? A lot of people talk about struggles like Akon. I love Akon also. A lot of people talk about struggles, growing up in poverty and all these things. But why do I choose him? It's because there's something about him. There's something just about him that I can relate to. Even Runtown, it's been long he released the song, but I listen to him because of his energy. He's one of my favorites. So these things happen. People have one reason or the other to look at people. Even though we are a lot different in this world, but we are a lot similar. There are a lot of things about us that feel safe when we are with certain people, or look at certain things, or listen to certain things. There's just something about us that I don't know how to explain this because this is so indescribable. Like, I don't even know how to say it, but maybe when I start going in my journey, I can find ways or find a word to talk about this. But I hope that you understand what I'm trying to say. So believe in yourself. The people are waiting for you. A soul is out there waiting for you to come around so that he can feel alive again. So that he can feel alive again. Someone is waiting for you to just do what you have to do so that he or she can gain inspiration for you and to do what they have to do. People are waiting for you. To be honest, I don't care how unqualified you think you are. I don't care how different you think you are. I don't care how little, how small, how invisible you think you are. But one thing I know for sure is that people are waiting for you. The sky is big enough to contain all of us. Okay? So be delusional about your dreams. Right now, I don't care. People have told me a lot of things. Oh, do vlogs, do this, do that. I've shared this before. But no, this is what I want to do. And I'm crazy enough to believe in this. And I believe that it's going to work out. Right now, I'm not listening to what people say or how my work appears to people. No. I'm focusing on making more of it. Putting in the work so that it can get to the people who once said. The next thing I want to talk about is be grateful. We live in answered prayers without knowing. Yeah, when I learned about this, because you know that whatever I say here, whatever I do here, most of them are from personal experiences. So when I learned about this, I'm like, let me even experiment this. So I got a journal. I'll write down 3 things that I want from God and 3 things that God has granted me. You know, and then I'll just write about my day and stuff like that. At the end of 1 month, I started going through my journal. I found out that God has blessed me with a lot of things I'm asking Him for. But the thing is just that our eyes are just fixated on the end goal. We just fix our eyes on the big things, but we forgot about the smaller things that makes up our life. I said in my previous video, before you see one big public success, there's tens and hundreds of small private victories that sum up to what you are seeing. But sometimes you don't pay attention to these things because you just want the bigger picture. No, be grateful. Gratitude opens doors for you. Gratitude shows God that you appreciate what He's doing so that He can be able to trust you with more. Gratitude is just everything. Grateful. We live in answered prayers without knowing. What I'm doing right now, 2 years ago, I wanted to do it. Before, I was not confident in the way I speak, right? But right now, I can be confident. You know that I think one of my videos, my earliest videos, I had to cram every single thing I said in that video because I was not confident. I talk so slowly so that I can be careful, so that I can be able to construct a correct sentence, because I've shared this before. If you're going to go watch my early videos, I grew up where I only speak my native language. So to start making videos here and be talking in English is very hard for me. But we are being taught English in school. English is the medium of communication, though, but once I interact with people around me, it's just my native language. But I had to start. But look at us now. I'm more confident to talk in front of the camera. And that's just it. This is an answered prayer for me. There's a lot of little things that I can go on and talk about. But we don't pay attention to this because that's not actually what we want. That's not the end goal for us. But all these little things helps us to get the bigger picture. So be grateful. If you can practice this exercise, it's good. Be grateful. You can have more, you can also have less. But in all things, be grateful to God. Next one I want to talk about is be open to growing with limited resources. I saw a video that said that what is holding you back from starting a business is not actually money. Many of us make this mistake. My boyfriend taught me this. So let's say, for example, you want to start a business. And the first thing that comes to your mind is, where am I going to get the money for this? You're starting off wrongly. Yes, just wait. I know money is the center of it. But it's about how you go about it. It's about the system, like I said before. It's about the system. It's about the system you want to use to achieve your goal. But let's say you wanted to start a business and you're like, how can I make this possible? How can I start this? Then you're starting off differently. You're starting off positively. The next thing that will come to your mind is ways to make it work. Once you start with your lack, once you start with, oh, where's the money going to come from? Then you're starting with lack. Then you're going to start looking around how this business will not work. This is verifiable. You can experiment with this. Your mind is just going to be looking at how this business is not going to work. But if you started off with, how can I make this work? Then you're starting off rightly. You're starting off differently. Be open to growing with limited resources. I'm a proof to that. I'm not just going to talk about myself again here. Just go my first video and up to this moment and you'll see it. Like the proof is there. So be open to growing with limited resources. Some of us has to go through days without food. It's hard for us to pay our tuition. But just like Michelle Obama said, never be ashamed of it. Before I used to hate my struggles. Before I used to hate, God, must I actually struggle for everything? But at the time, I'm like, all these struggles, all those things are just trying to make me a better person. All those things are molding me into becoming who I am today. So there's no need for me to hate it. And like I've always said, All the struggles, the reason why this is possible today. Look at us. All the struggles, open to growing with limited resources. That is even when you learn the most. That is when you think. That is when you become so creative. That is when you think outside the box. You don't think outside the box when everything is normal, when there is no necessity, when there is abundance. No. You think outside the box when you have to make things work. So how am I going to make this work? Like this background right now. Before I used to go home to make my videos, my signature background, the red chair, that's my house. But right now I'm in school. So before, when I got to school, I was still creating at home. I would have to go home. It was a lot for me. So what do I have to do? I have to start thinking about how am I going to set up a studio here? I live in the school hostel. So there's no way I can make a video there. There's a lot of noise, there's a lot of people there. So I need a cool place. I have to think. I have to ask my classmates. I discovered this place, but I was not so sure. There was a place I wanted to start filming with, but I knew that people are going to be moving around there. That's in front of a classroom. That place is so cute. But I'm like, how am I going to make this work? I kept on thinking and thinking before we found out this place. And this place is so cool. Nobody is coming here. People are just going to pass by the back. I know that if you watch the video, you can see people behind me walking. And it's a little bit farther from here. But I'm just the one here. Nobody is coming here. And that is so creative. And the background is so nice in nature. Like I'm talking right now, I'm receiving fresh air. I'm taking in oxygen because there's a lot of plants here. So that is just it. But if I have everything, then I wouldn't have thought this way. I wouldn't know that this is possible here. That struggling is a very beautiful thing, but when you are in that season, just make the best of it. That's what I always tell people. Make the best of what you have. Use what you have to do what you can. Another thing that is stopping us from achieving our goals is what's going on the inside. That's why a lot of people try to work on the outside before they work on the inside. That is a wrong move. Once the inside is hard, it's not healed, it's negative, the outside will be negative. The only thing you can do is you can be working on the inside and at the outside at the same time, which is what I'm doing. I'm working inwardly, trying to do some mindset shifts, trying to heal from my trauma, my hurt, and all these things. At the same time, I'm trying to make something good on the outside. But when you start off with trying to make the outside look beautiful, you're going to be short-handed. It's not possible. What we have going on out there is a reflection of what is going on inside of us. And guys, I'm done promising you guys, by next month, the video about the subconscious mind will be out, to be honest. I promised you guys for going to a year now, so I'm done promising I'm going to make that video so that you can be able to understand once I talk about the inside. Don't joke with your mental health. Don't joke with your mindset. All those things are what determines what you have on the outside. If you have a negative mindset, negative things will always come to you. Life is just what we make out of it. It's not necessarily what we have or what we don't have. It's what we make out of it. Doctors will tell you, most people that are sick, that are not healed, it's not that because they are sick. No, it's because of their mindset. They can't see themselves healing. They can't see themselves better again. That's why they kept on deteriorating. Change your inside. Change your mindset. Heal from traumas. Heal from hurt. Stop waiting for people who hurt you to come and say sorry to you so that you will heal. No. Get that closure for yourself. If not for anything, but for you to be a better person. Unlearn all the things that the society taught you. And that is the season I am in right now. Unlearning. I've been unlearning for a while now, but this is when I became aware of it. Unlearn all those negative things that you've been taught. For example, I grew up in a society where people try to portray that they are perfect. People are judgmental. Once you do a wrong thing, you are treated as an outcast. And that hurt me. I never felt I belonged there because I knew I'm a human being. Once I make mistakes, I feel like this is not my home. And it was a tough time for me mentally. But thank God I'm here now and I've healed. Once I'm around you and you're like that, you're trying to judge me, then I'm leaving you immediately. Because I was not living the way people expected me to. They started fabricating all sorts of lies against me, spreading rumors, things that never happened against me. And it was a tough time for me. When you're walking on the road, you see people looking at you and they're like, that's the girl that did this, that did that. But I never did all those things. I never felt I belonged there. And thank God I was able to move away from that environment. Because if not, that would have just messed up with my mind. Like what I said previously, don't stay down. Get up and ask for more. Even when I was there, I was different. I knew it. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to start living the way they are. But I'm like, no, that's not right. I'm human. So it was a fight for me every day in that environment. It was a fight between me and what I believe in. But right now, I'm able to move out from that environment. So it's even easier and better for me to heal. So unlearn all these things. All these things to you, it's not your fault. But healing is your responsibility. I tell this to people all the time. I know it's tough. He broke your heart. He left you and your child. He did this, he did that. These people did this, these people did that. You were abused mentally, physically, sexually. All these things I knew they are wrong things. I also experienced mine, but I refused to stay down because that is their motive, so that they will prove that they were right all along. Prove people wrong. I'm not saying you should live your life for people, but just prove them wrong. Don't live the life they want to live. Live the way you want to live. And if that means proving them wrong, then do it. I started unlearning. Even now, I'm still struggling with a lot of things. That's where because of all these experiences I had in my childhood and in that environment. I'm trying to make my inside a very beautiful place. I want to make my inside a healed girl, a positive girl, a delusional girl, and nothing will stop me. So one thing that is holding you back, one thing that makes you not to achieve all your goals for this past 6 months is because of your inside. Ask yourself, is my inside healthy? Can positive things grow there? Ask yourself these questions, and if not, then start working on it. You can be working on your inside and also working on the outside, like I said earlier, and that's what I'm doing. I'm working on my inside, and also I'm trying to create a career out of this. I'm trying to make a career out of it. I'm trying to study so that I can pass my exams and make good grades. I'm just in this place. Another thing I want to talk about is being busy is your comfort zone. I don't know if I've said it here before, but I know that I've talked about it in one of my short videos. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok so that you can learn on the daily. That's what I do. I learn on the daily, and I'm also trying to make you guys learn on the daily. Okay, we upgrade ourselves. God forbid if we are the same women we were the day before. No, I'm not the same woman I was yesterday, and I don't want you guys to be like that. So being busy is your comfort zone. And most of us can't sit, can't relax. Most of us can't think. Most of us can't go back to the drawing board. We kept on just doing one thing because we are scared to be lonely. Sometimes I'm just like taking my hands off everything. I'm lying on my bed. I'm thinking, is this working? Is this right? Sometimes I feel burnout and I will take a break. Right now, I'm not even waiting for me to be burnt out before I take rest on all of that. No. So being busy is our comfort zone. Ask yourself, what are you being busy about? Sometimes the reason why we haven't achieved what we are meant to is because of we need to just go back to the drawing board and just make a little bit correction. But we don't have that time because we are busy. We want to be working. We want to be busy. We want to stay up all day and work. But the point is, what are you working on? I talked about when I went to rock bottom. I stayed a year without doing anything. I'm not working. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to school. I'm just at home dealing with my mindset, trying so hard to heal. A lot of us can't do that. Sometimes our journey is demanding us to be isolated from the world. Like I shared when I went to rock bottom, I was isolated from the world. I was isolated big time. I wasn't talking to anybody. I left social media. Nobody knew where I was. Nobody knew what I'm up to. But some of us can't be lonely. Some of us can't hang out alone. You can't just go to the restaurant by yourself and sit and order things for yourself. You can't. And that is one of the reasons why you are not where you need to be, because there are a lot of things God needs to tell you alone. You need to be alone. You need to be lonely. You need to be isolated from the noise of the world so that you can be able to grasp that. But sometimes, no, we can't do that. So being busy is your comfort zone. Sometimes just stop and ask yourself, is this the best way around this? Are there better ways for me to do this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Ask yourself these questions. It's not just being busy, but in actual sense, what are you busy about? This is also one of my favorites. Everything you want is at the other side of fear. I was writing something about fear lately, and it's just opened my eyes to what fear does to us. Let me tell you one thing for free. Fear is just an imaginary thing. Fear is not real. Don't let an imaginary thing keep you from achieving what you have to achieve. Don't let that happen to you. Everything you want is at the other side of fear. You need to be confident and to demand for it. You need to be confident to do things you have not done before. I've shared a lot of first-time experiences here. When I was asked by my department to make an ad for them, I haven't made an ad before. That was not in my line, but I did. And it came out well. When I had to start speaking English on camera, that was so huge for me. But I had to. I started with talking so slowly, cramming the words I have to say, doing all these things, but I just kept on doing it. And look at us today. The only thing I can even script now is just the points I want to make. Once I see the points, I just know what I want to say about it. Before, I had to take me days to prepare for a video, and I just gave me few hours. I'm done preparing to make a video. It's because I was able to overcome my fear. What if I set my camera and I can't construct a correct sentence in English, and then I just switched off the camera? This wouldn't be possible. So everything you want is at the other side of fear. Fear might not go off completely. If someone tell you that I can make you to let go of fear completely, I would question that, because you are going to have a lot of first-time experiences, so you are bound to be scared. But it's just about doing it scared anyways. I was scared when I started this, but I just did it. When I started this new series, I was scared. Is this sustainable? And when people started sharing their opinions to me, I was scared, but I just kept on doing it anyways. Everything you want is at the other side of fear. So just get up and chase your dreams, regardless of how you feel about it. Those things you have been putting off, start doing them today. You still have 6 months to the end of the year. Break down your goals into smaller steps. What do I have to do today? It doesn't have to be big things. That's the mistake we make. We only think of success when we achieve big things, but it's those small things. That's why I love this book, Atomic Habits. And guys, await a book review, because it talked about this smaller part of our life we tend to ignore, these smaller things. But those are the things that create these big things. Those are the things that create the bigger picture. Pay attention to these small things. There was time that I just have to listen to books so that I can learn more about pronouncing words correctly. Those are small things, but they are success to me. Once I learned the correct way to pronounce a word, I'm so excited, because it means that I'm one step further. But sometimes we don't feel like that, because we think, oh, those are little things. They are not little. They are part of the growth. So if you keep ignoring these little things, then achieving these big things will keep on being farther. Erase that fear. Do it anyways. Fear is that little voice that whispers you're not good enough. Come on, get off that. You are good enough. Do you think God makes junk? God doesn't make chunks. It's about us using our insecurities but showing up. Look at Winnie Harlow. She will forever be an inspiration. She made use of her strength. Look at her height. She's tall. She has this model-looking body. Look at her face. She's so pretty. But she has this oval face, like a lot of strength. You know what she did? She just overlooked. She just overlooked her weakness and made use of her strength. That doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but it's about doing it anyways. It's about showing up. It's about believing that you can be there and nothing can stop you. The last part is don't regret. There's definitely a way out. My boyfriend taught me this. There was a day we are working on something and then it wasn't going through. And this was because, to me, we took the wrong step. We should have done things differently. Right? It was so clear that it seems as if we took the wrong step. So I was like regretting, oh, we should have done this. I was like, no, don't regret. There's definitely a way out. And at the end of the day, there was a way out. Don't regret. Don't feel like you've wasted these past 6 months. You've not made the best use of it. Don't regret. There's definitely a way out. And the way out is working on making this 6 months the best it can be. That is the next way out. So don't regret. I don't want you to feel bad. Like I started saying this recently in my videos. I don't want you to watch my videos and judge yourself and feel like, no, I did the wrong things. I'm a bad person. I've wasted my time. No, I don't want you to watch my videos and think of yourself that way. You might have made some mistakes, but the reason why you are watching this video is for you to be better. And so stick to that. Stick to that. I want to be better. So don't regret anything. There is definitely a way out. When I look at my life, I've gotten into a lot of troubles, to be honest, guys. I've made a couple of mistakes, but look at me, I'm still here. And the reason is because there's definitely a way out. Don't regret. You might have wasted time, you might have taken the wrong moves, but girl, you just have so many years to do human things, to know human love. You just have so many years. Like when I think about my life, I'm like, there's a lot of things I have to do. There's a lot of things I want to do. There's life to explore. There's great things to do. There's still so much experience and growth ahead of you. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? So guys, we've come to the end of this video, and you can tell by my smiling that I just love what I did. Like, this video is one of those videos that I make, and I'm so happy that I made it, because it's just a proof that I'm also getting there. And most of the things I said in this video, like I said before, we are just recently that I experienced them, and it's just a proof of how I'm learning, how I'm upgrading myself, to be honest. And I'm so excited, and I'm so happy. And at the same time, I hope that this video means something to you. I hope that it can be helpful on your journey. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. It helps the channel and it helps me as well. It's your favorite Demi Local, and it's been great with you guys. So until next time, don't forget to stay positive and stay. Bye.